name is Fetteh and I am the Managing Director of Village of Hope. Currently, Village of Hope is made up of 6 separate ministries that work together. The first is the children's home called Hope Children's Village. Village of Hope is currently caring for 260 orphaned, abandoned, destitute and needy children. We feed them every day, we clothe them, we provide them with education and with health care, and we see to their spiritual development. Village of Hope does not advertise to have children brought here, but people who know about Village of Hope would send in requests for children to be helped. When we receive these requests, we investigate each case. Once need is established and there is a vacancy at the Village of Hope, then that child is brought in to the Village of Hope. Village of Hope has children from all over the country. All the tribes of Ghana are represented on our campuses, and we care for children irrespective of their background. If need is established and there is vacancy, we bring in the children. The next is the academy called Hope Christian Academy. It has children from pre-kindergarten all the way to the 9th grade and has about 740 students. There are over 12,000 elementary schools in Ghana, but only about 600 high schools. This means that every year, more than half the kids who graduate from elementary school are not able to go to high school because there are no vacancies for them. To be able to select who goes to high school, the government of Ghana has instituted a national exam to all 9th graders in the country, and only the top 50% are able to move on to high school. To be able to ensure that our children from the Village of Hope were able to go to high school, we had to make sure that they passed the national exam and got the grade that would enable them enter high school. But the schools in the community were not able to provide that education for the children of the community. And so we decided to have our own school. That is how come we started Hope Christian Academy. That school was also open to the community so that children from the community can attend school at the Village of Hope. Every student who has graduated from Hope Christian Academy has been able to go to high school. Because of that, many people who want their children to have good Christian education have brought their children to Hope Christian Academy. We have therefore begun a boarding school system with about 200 children. Right now, the school has 2 departments. The nursery school department is made up of 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, and 5-year-olds, up to kindergarten. There are about 120 of these children. 1st grade through 9th grade is called the basic school department, and that has over 600 students. Hope Christian Academy has been adjudged by the state as one of the best elementary schools in the central region of Ghana and one of the best elementary schools in the whole country. Then we have the hospital called Hope Christian Hospital. Average attendance is about 80 patients a day. It has a theater with surgery, and there are about 30 babies delivered at this hospital every month, which means every other day, 1 baby is born at the hospital. The hospital has a full-time medical doctor and about 8 nurses. It has a pharmacy with a full-time pharmacist and his assistants. It has a laboratory, it has a dental clinic and an eye clinic, serving about 20 communities around the Village of Hope, with a total population of about 40,000 people. Village of Hope also has a ministry to high school kids called Hope College. Even though it is called Hope College, it is a high school from 10th grade through 12th grade, with currently 135 students in 10th grade and 11th grade. Hopefully next year we will have the final grade, which will be the 12th grade. Then we have a ministry to the street kids known as the Hope Training Institute, where teenagers are moved off the street and given some skills so they can live independent, meaningful lives off the streets. The teenagers are trained in cloth tie and dye and batik cloth making. They are trained in auto mechanics, in catering, in leather works, and also in tailoring and sewing. When they graduate, we give each individual a set of tools in accordance with the skill the person has acquired. And then we give them capital of about $200. That helps that individual to be able to set up their own business. Whilst they are at the training institute, we train them in money management and in entrepreneurial skills. So once they have the skills, they can go out and start their own businesses with the tools we provide them and with the capital that we give to them. That way, they do not return to the streets. And then Village of Hope is feeding about 320 children 3 meals a day, every day of the year. That is a lot of food. And to be able to provide this food, we decided to go into farming, where we can grow the food stuff that is needed to feed the children. We grow corn, cassava, plantain. We also grow a lot of vegetables, tomatoes, eggplant, okra, and many other vegetables. And all this are used to feed the children at the Hope Training Institute and the children in the orphanage. We also have 2 fish ponds where we are growing fish that can be used to feed the children, to provide them with their protein needs. Then we have an active evangelism ministry. Over the last 10 years, over 23 congregations have been planted in the villages around the Village of Hope. We have evangelists working with these congregations, and we constantly do follow-up to encourage, to edify, and to build up these churches. And so Village of Hope is a group of ministries serving the Lord the best we can. Village of Hope has many big plans for the future. We are trusting the big God we serve to help us and see us through those plans. Our long-term vision is to establish a university on our property. We need to train the next generation of leaders, and they are the children of today. And what Village of Hope hopes to do is to train these children so that when they become leaders in the future, Africa will be rid of war, of famine, of nepotism, of corruption, and of all the evil things that has made Africa seem to be the dark continent of the world. We want Africa to be the brightest continent of the world. And that must begin with our children, with training them to know God, to love God, and to live for Him, and to serve their fellow human beings. That is what Village of Hope hopes, with the help of God, to accomplish.